Looking for the best restaurant experience in Rome? Keep watching for our top tips. Rome is full of restaurants. You can have some wonderful experiences here if you steer clear of the tourist traps. And at the end of this video, we'll walk you through how to confidently read and order from an Italian menu. So stay tuned. To be fair, it's up to you alone to decide whether you had a great meal or not. And if you want to try some of the places you've seen on social media, go for it. Just be prepared to wait in line, sometimes for quite a while, as these spots are often packed with other visitors doing the same. But if you want to avoid tourist traps, there are a few things to watch out for. One of them? Ladies making fresh pasta inside the restaurant. You might see fresh pasta or homemade pasta mentioned on the menu, but dried pasta is actually more common. Another red flag is overeager greeters, waiters standing outside trying to get you to come in, as well as dishes displayed outside. Menus in English, however, are not necessarily a bad sign. In fact, it's quite normal in Rome, especially in the city center, to have menus with both English and Italian, or an English version if you ask for it. All over the city you'll see signs for ristorante, trattoria and osteria. But what's the difference? Well, traditionally, an osteria was a place where you could have a glass of wine with simple dishes to go along with it. A trattoria served regional home-style cooking, and a ristorante was a fancier establishment with white tablecloths and a large menu. These distinctions have blurred over time, but an osteria will still be on the simpler side. If you're looking for fine dining, you're more likely to find it at a ristorante. When you arrive in Rome, you'll discover that meal times may differ from what you're used to. Lunch is usually between 1 and 3 p.m., after which the kitchen closes until dinner, which begins at 7 or 7:30 p.m. Locals typically dine at 8 or even 9 p.m. Restaurants open between 3 and 7 p.m. are usually catering only to tourists. Once you're seated, it helps to be aware of a few cultural differences. Italian waiters typically won't check in on you often, maybe once during the entire meal. This is not considered rude. It's just a culture. If you need something, give a signal and they'll come right away. The same applies when it's time to pay. They usually won't bring the check unless you ask for it, or simply get up and walk to the cashier. Again, this is not bad service. It's a way of letting you relax and enjoy your meal without feeling rushed. Some visitors find it odd that water isn't free in restaurants. Instead, you'll pay for bottled water. Acqua frizzante is sparkling water, and acqua naturale is still water. As for tipping, it's nice to leave €1 or 2 on the table, but a 20% tip is not expected or customary. However, you'll often see coperto on the menu or your bill. This is a cover charge, usually between 2 and 4 euros per person. And speaking of the menu, an Italian meal can include several courses. It often starts with antipasti, which are small appetizers, followed by primi. These are usually soups, risottos, or pasta dishes. Next come the secondi, which are meat or fish courses accompanied by contorni, such as potatoes or vegetables served on the side. Dolci, or desserts, come at the end, followed by coffee, which is always enjoyed after the meal, rather than with it. Carbs and proteins are typically served separately in Italy, so you'll find pasta and risotto listed as primi and meat or fish as secondi. That's why you rarely see creamy chicken pasta or spaghetti with meatballs on traditional Italian menus. But don't worry, you don't need to order a full 5-course meal. It's perfectly normal to choose just 1 or 2 dishes depending on your appetite. You can always add more along the way, and sharing is common in Italy, so ordering a few dishes for the table is a great way to try more without overdoing it.